Hi, welcome to our latest money market update. Glad you could join us. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, my name is David Sturm. I'm a local real estate agent right here in Bonney Lake. I live in Tehaleh, which is the largest master plan community in the state. I love it here. I invested here. I've got a couple homes here, and I'd love to help you make a decision on whether or not to buy in the Bonney Lake area or specifically Tehaleh or even Trilogy, the 55 and older community that's here. Anyway, so I wanted to get right to it. I wanted to kind of give some comparison between Seattle and Bonney Lake. There's a world of difference in many ways, and not least of which are financial. So anyway, I want to get to those numbers for you and start off with there's 90 active homes. A year ago, there were 180 homes, 160 homes this same week. So inventory obviously continues to be a crunch here in the area. New building is still happening, but not at the rate that it was. We'll talk about that in a minute here. 40 of those 90 homes are right here in Tehaleh, which is opening up a Glacier Point, which will be another 1,500 home sites. So the building is going to continue. That'll bring us up to about 4,500 homes once that's completed in the next couple of years. But then there's a total of 9,700 homes in total that are going to be built. So we're not even halfway there yet. And the community is just amazing, and it's growing. And we got convenience store opening up. We've got some retail opening up. The roads are being built and expanded out of the community. So a lot of things happening here. Love to show you around. Please call that number below. I'll give you a tour. Make sure you reach out to an agent before you visit. Don't come to Tehaleh without having an agent with you, especially if you're looking at new construction. If you don't use me, there's a ton of local agents. Use a local agent. Use a local agent. You'll be glad you did. Anyway, so there are 65 resales, which leaves only 25 new construction homes in the Bonney Lake market. And we know that Azer in Northwest is starting to build over in Glacier Point. They're taking reservations for lots and starting construction over there. They're one of two builders, well, actually three. Shea is over there already and building out that community over there called Verterra. I'd love to tell you more about that one. It's kind of a boutique Trilogy location here. Has a little bit different personality than Trilogy at Tehaleh, but still has some nice features to it. I have a clubhouse and all those things. But then we have Brookstone. I think they're selling out over here in this phase of Tehaleh. They're selling their model home, so they're getting ready to open up a couple of their locations over there in Glacier Point in the next week or two. So stay tuned for that. A couple clients that are anxious to get into the Brookstones over there. KB Homes down Falling Water. I've told you about that before. It's right next to Tehaleh. They're the only builder down there. They have 8 homes, and they're continuing to build out down there. The road that's going out of Tehaleh is going to be connecting to Falling Water, so it'll make it very convenient for them to be a part of our community. And nearby, Mainview has 5 homes left to sell here. They'll be building over there in Glacier Point. Richmond has 6 homes for sale right now, with 2 of them being over there in Glacier Point. So they're releasing some of their homes over there too. Both Azure and Richmond have right now kind of a townhome, smaller footprint homes that are available over there right now. Shea, on the other hand, has a complete slew of all their model homes that are available over there in Verterra, which is inside Glacier Point. Call the number below. I'll explain all this to you. Have a cup of coffee down at Cafe d'Arte and give you all the insights and kind of all the insider information you might need to make a decision if you're thinking about moving here. There are 15 price reductions, so we're still seeing a consistent number of price reductions. Some with it before even 30 days, most between 10 and 35,000. Show you some graphs here to kind of show that out a little bit here in a second. So the average sales price, I'll bring it up here, in Seattle is still well over 1 million. That's the top line here, just over 1,050,000. Which is down 2.3% from a year ago. And then we've got Bonney Lake still hovering about 627,000, down just slightly, like 0.8%, not even a full percentage point. Here in Tehaleh, the average price is still over 700,000, but in Bonney Lake in general, you can just see the total difference in the home that you can get you can get so much more home in Bonney Lake than you can Seattle. Many other reasons, but number one, financially, you're going to be better off. The same home in Seattle is at least 2/3 the price of that it is here in Bonney Lake. So I just wanted to kind of show that out in graph form here. Again, it shows itself with the average price per square foot up in Seattle. Let's see, is still over $500 a square foot, 544, which is down 5%. So losing some value there. And in Bonney Lake, it's staying pretty steady. It's up 3%, $301 a square foot here in Bonney Lake. So it's holding its value down here. So kind of a good news, bad news situation, depending on which side of the equation you're on, home buyer or seller. Then average days on market seems dramatic. It is dramatic. In Seattle, they're just 23 days. Bonney Lake is 35 days, so over a month finally in the Bonney Lake. That is no way, shape, or form a buyer's market. We're not even close to being in a buyer's market. The closest we can get to a balanced market is 90 to 120 days, puts us kind of in a balanced situation. So it's still very much a seller's market. A couple unique dichotomies going on here with low inventory, high interest rates, very little sellers, very few buyers, home prices slightly decreasing, but overall the market's still very tight, very desirable area. Tehaleh and Bonney Lake is very geocentric. Explain all that to you, but this kind of shows it out here in these graphs. And then, of course, we have our interest rates continue to go up and up. We expect this to continue to stay this way through the summer, maybe into the fall. It's a shame that the housing market is at the whim of these interest rates. Last recession, the housing market was to blame, but we fixed everything in the housing market and are still have a lot of controls in place, but it's still tough if you have to finance. Interest rates are not our friend at this point. So again, there's very few buyers out there, very little inventory, a lot of competing dynamics going on. But if you get a local agent, help you navigate through this, get a good lender. Speaking of which, we have Becky coming up with our Mortgage Minute. She's going to give you a little lesson on mortgage rates. Hopefully, I think most of you know this, but know that a good financial planner is going to point you in the right direction, and a good mortgage lender is going to help you realize your dreams. And they have lots of tools at their disposal. So here's Becky.
If you're looking at buying a home, chances are you've checked out mortgage rates recently. If you have, you may have noticed they can bounce around a bit. As they shift, it's important that you understand how even a small change can have a big impact on your monthly housing payment. This chart looks at an average home loan of around $450,000 to give you an example of how a shift in rates can make a difference. The two columns on the right here show how the monthly mortgage payment on that loan changes based on different mortgage rates. As you can see, even half-point change can impact how much you'll pay. If higher mortgage rates are holding you back from your plans to buy a home, you can still make your dream a reality. Things like expanding your search area, taking advantage of down payment assistance programs, can help you overcome some of today's affordability challenge. You have options and you're not alone. Let's connect so I can help you understand what's happening in today's housing market and share some tips on how I'm helping other buyers find their dream home today. If you're looking at buying a home.
Thanks, Becky. I really appreciate that. She's helped some clients of mine just recently get into a home here, and I know she can help you too. Thanks for tuning in. Again, give me a call below, call, text, reach out, give you an insider scoop of what it's really like living here, give you some good advice, whether or not you use me or not. I'm here to help. My clients are more friends than neighbors once they get here, so I really appreciate the opportunity to be of service to you. Reach out anytime. I can send out The Land Above, which is a community magazine put out by a couple of residents here. A lot of good information in that. I can send out my own magazine that I have. that my clients seem to enjoy. And we'll keep in contact with you. Again, glad to answer any questions. I don't work for the builders. I don't work for the developer. I'm just a local real estate agent here, hopefully providing you with some good information to make a decision. Otherwise, I'll see you when you get here.